Good day, doctor. We are from BWFN3013 Investment Analysis Group A, Group 11. Today, we would like to present our assignment 1. There are 5 companies we would like to present, which are Popsing, Matrix, KBJ, SolarWest, and Pardini.
Good morning, everyone. Now, I would like to talk about the portfolio. The portfolio of a customer with an investment capital of 100,000 is created and managed. The client's portfolio will be managed by 5 active equity lists on Bursa Malaysia for a minimum of 20 trading days. So, we have find KBJ Healthcare Berhad, Pardini Holding Berhad, Sulawesi Holding Berhad, Matrix Concept Berhad, and Housing Industry Berhad are the 5 active stocks chosen for this study. Economy analysis, industry analysis, fundamental analysis, and technical analysis are the top-down approach to security analysis. The moving average, MAC, Rate Strength Index, RSI moving average, and support and resistance are the technical analysis.
Good day, doctor. My name is Lim Karen with metric number 2SS0S7. In our economic analysis, there are 3 policies we have discussed. First is monetary and fiscal policy. Second is trade policy, and the last is labor market policy.
And now we talk about the industry analysis growth cycle. For the sub-price, during this period, the company will have focused on product development, market research, and initial marketing effort to introduce its biscuit and snack to consumers. And next, the maturity phase. Hubseng would have likely focused on maintaining its market position, optimizing operation, and introducing product innovation to stay competitive. And the last is the growth phase. Hubseng would have experienced a significant increase in sales and market share. The company may have expanded its product range, entered new markets, and invested in marketing and distribution channels to support its growth. For the industry analysis, the competitive landscape, the longevity of housing industry Berhad market presence, brand recognition, and broad selection of high-quality biscuit goods provide it a competitive edge. The business has built a devoted client base and has a robust distribution network across Malaysia. For the opportunity and challenge, developing product line to include functional and healthier biscuit variation in response to shifting customer nutritional and wealth demand. For the technology and innovation, spending money on R&D will enable the introduction of novel cookie flavor, shape, and packaging form to draw in customer and keep up competition. The last, for the consumer trend and demographic, the demand for portable and quick biscuit goods is influenced by busy life and an increase in the desire for on-the-go snacking. For the fundamental analysis, we found that the liquidity ratio the highest in 2021 years. We found that the current ratio is 2.09, quick ratio is 1.62, and the crash ratio is 1.1. And next, we found that the activity ratio, the highest in 2020 year. The total asset turnover is 0.45, fixed asset turnover is 1.49, and the working capital turnover is 0.47. And the last, we found that the leverage ratio, the higher in 2020 years, debt to equity ratio is 0.64, equity multiplier is 2.28, and the debt to asset ratio is 2.34. Then next, for the property ratio, we found that return on asset, the higher is 2021 years, it is 12 and 15%. And the next return on equity ROE, the highest is 2020 years, it is 32 and 0.2%. For the next, we found that net profit margin, the highest is 2020 years, it is 12 and 34 years. For the last, we found that the marketing ratio, we found that the earning per share is 20.2020 is 5.05, and the payout ratio, the higher is 2020 is 1.19, and the last price to earning ratio also the higher is 2021 is 25.7. And next, we found that the intrinsic value, the current price is 0.66 ringgit. The intrinsic value is 0.05, so the stock is overvalued. Now we talk about the technical analysis. For the first is MACD. The MACD line display a rise and continue upward trend from 26 for June. It suggests a positive indication that suggests the stock price is probably going to enjoy upward momentum. Investors should think about buying the share at this time. Next, we talk about the RSI. The RSI began to drop the following day and struck the oversold level on May 5. The indicator indicates that there will be an oversold condition at a price of 0.3738 on May 5. And next, we talk about the moving average. The 7-day moving average was below the 21-day moving average and the 15-day moving average, and that the gap widened as time went on, indicating that the stock price was declining. For the last, we talk about the support and resistance. Asset industry stock price has been falling. This scenario demonstrates that sellers are in charge and ready to accept lower pricing.
Good day, Doctor. My name is Lim. Coverage match number 2 SS0S7. Would like to present my selected company in real estate industry, which is Matrix Concepts Holdings Berhad. I will start with industry analysis, which is growth cycle. Matrix have started phase from 1996 to 2004, where they have their first project on constructing residential and commercial properties. And then they have growth phase from 2005 to 2019, where they have successfully listed on Bursa Malaysia and evolved their operation to education and healthcare sector. Now they are in maturity phase, which is from 2020. They are involving their property development operation to Australia and Indonesia. Next is SWOT analysis. First is strengths. They have strong track record and strong brand reputation. For their weaknesses, they lack of dependency and lack of international exposure. For their threats, their business rely on Malaysia's real estate market, where when governments change the regulation, they will be largely affected. For their opportunities, they can expand operations on lower price houses and development project on infrastructure. In fundamental analysis, matrix liquidity ratios shows good except for cash ratio that recording risky as the entity has twice as much short-term debt compared to cash. Activity ratios show unfavorable in overall, especially total assets turnover, which do not reach the minimum benchmark of 1.0, illustrating matrix total assets are not generating enough revenue for a particular year. Matrix recorded as low leverage firm according to leverage ratios. Matrix also showed favorable for profitability ratio. For analysis on market ratio, Matrix has a healthy payout ratio. Then we have EPS and PE ratio for investors to evaluate whether the company is overpriced or underpriced. So by calculating intrinsic value, we found out that the stock is now overvalued. Therefore, recommendation might be not to buy or not to sell if the stock is held. Now we come to technical analysis. Start with MACD. In current situation, MACD line is below the signal line, showing bearish momentum and resulting the same for histogram, which is below zero line. So this scenario illustrates a potential sell opportunity to investors. In relative strength index, there was a slightly higher RSI than level of 50 in June. However, currently RSI is below 50 level, showing bearish condition. In moving average, orange line represents long-term with 200-day MA, while blue line shows short-term with 50-day MA. In current situation, 200-day MA is above 50-day MA that is expecting the market to go bullish in the future. If the current market price of 1 ringgit 40 cent is lower than 200-day MA, investors can find opportunity to short to the market. Lastly is support and resistance. The highest stock price is recorded in the sideways period with Ringgit 71 cents, while the lowest price is Ringgit 45 cents. After the period, stock is declining in current situation, which is showing bearishness. And overall for Matrix Concepts Holdings Berhad, they are in a bearish situation currently. That's all from me. Thank you. Now I will pass to the next presenter.
Good day, madam. My name is Lao Jie and my matrix number is 286946. I will be the one that will be presenting the analysis part of KBJ Healthcare Berhad. And now I will begin with the first part of the analysis, which is the industry analysis. For the growth cycle of KBJ Healthcare Berhad, it started in 1981 in Johor Bahru and successfully listed on the main board of Bursa Malaysia on 29 November 1994. The industry is still new to Bursa Malaysia. With the expansion of healthcare system in 1990s, the company had achieved almost 1 billion in revenue in 2007 and it had caught the eye of the investor. The private healthcare industry had experienced rapid growth as a result of profit seeking. The company market value also exceeded 1.3 billion and earned its spot among Malaysia's top 100 firms in 2009. With the mature growth of the company with the help of economic expansion in Malaysia, private healthcare spending has increased over time by the late 2000s and surpassed public healthcare spending. They had a stable development in the following years and had high rating through Bursa marketplace and had risk stability. Another rapid expansion happened in the year 2020, in which the rise of the pandemic COVID-19 to spread throughout Malaysia, causing hospitals and clinics to be the one of the major essential to treat the patients. As for the strength of KBJ Healthcare Berhad, it is the largest private hospital in Malaysia. The number of specialist doctors and nurses is also the highest compared to their competitors, which means the company has a huge advantage with their position because it can accommodate a larger number of patients and provide various kinds of treatment compared with their competitors. As for positioning comparison with their hospital, KBJ Healthcare is a mid-tier hospital, which means they have the privilege to decrease their prices as their profit can be gained by larger amount because of their number of hospitals around the world. This provides them the opportunity to gain more patients with their lower price and high quality treatment. A part of the revenue is also from the medical tourism segment, in which more private hospitals do not provide at that time. As for the opportunity in other industry, there are two, which is tourism industry and logistic industry. Malaysia is one of the top countries that provide reasonable prices with high quality treatment, which means Malaysia tourism industry had helped Malaysia to get back track in the pandemic COVID-19. As for logistic industry, which is responsible to provide enough supply for the industry to treat patients. As for fundamental ratio, there are 5 ratios, which are liquidity, activity, leverage, probability, and market ratio. Most of the ratio had decreased in year 2021 due to the pandemic COVID-19, but recovered back in 2022. But for the working capital turnover, it experienced downwards from 2020 to 2022, and for payout ratio, it increased in 2021 but decreased in 2022. As for price to earning ratio, it experienced the highest ratio of 111%, which is 77.33% higher in 2020 and 83.35% higher than 2022. As for the current price stock of the KBJ Healthcare Berhad, it is lower than the intrinsic value that we calculated, which is mean that the KBJ Healthcare Berhad stock is undervalued and is good potential for investment. As for the technical analysis, for the moving average convergence or divergence line, it experienced a continuous decline from March until June. The MACD line, blue line, has started to interpret with the signal line, orange line, at the end of the May, and the line had crossed above the signal line, which indicate a long entry signals, which mean the market is moving upward and it is suitable to buy the stock because it will be continue to increase in the future. For the relative strength index chart, it is above the line of 30% and also below the line of 70% from March to June, which means the stock is not undervalued or overvalued. RSI crossed below the 50% from above the middle of May. It indicates that the stock had changed from bullish to bearish momentum. The investor can hold on to their stock and it may increase in the future or sell the stock as the stock price is the lowest compared to the previous months. As for the moving average, the candlestick formed an upward trend from March to May and formed a sideways after that. The investor can maintain their existing position in June as as the moving average of the stock may change back up trend in the future. And lastly, for support and resistance, the share price of KBJ Healthcare are increasing since 2023. The sideways period of the stock is between 1.09 ringgit Malaysia and 1.19 ringgit Malaysia, which is the highest on 7 April 2023. When a flat breakout occurs, investors are encouraged to enter a long trade, and it will be formed by a sharp rise after the sideways period.
Good day, Doctor. I am Kyozin, number 3287718. I will present the part of SolarWest Holding Berhad. For the industry cycle of SolarWest, it started by three close friends in recognize the enormous potential in solar PV renewable energy business. Initially, they established in Alaska as a subcontractor in the solar PV business. In 2013, they secured the first EPCC turnkey contract. In growth phase, the presence of Chinkin as stakeholder and demand of the solar PV system rises make the SolarWest grow. In 2021, SolarWest successfully listed in Bursa Malaysia. Until 2023, SolarWest joined with iRumah and also established an impressive database. For the strength of SolarWest recorded an excellent track record in EPCC services, and it maintained the stability cash position amongst competitors. The disruption in solar and heavy reliance on the solar project is the challenges they face. Currently, they finding opportunity to expand overseas and target some countries to collaborate with the rising demand of solar energy. Unfortunately, due to the solar energy industry, they might facing growing scrutiny over their contribution due to the climate change. For the fundamental analysis, we can observe that mostly ratios are decreased from the year of 2021 to 2022 due to the decrease in the sales or slowdown in business operation when recovery COVID-19. Current ratio more than 1 from 2021 to 2023 indicate that SolarWest has a healthy liquidity position. The ratio for 2023 increased due to the SolarWest has invested some large projects that might be earn profit for now and future. SolarWest starting to expand its investment to include the development of large-scale solar farms and establish for corporation power purchasement agreement. The increasement in the debt and decrease in the equity in 2023 due to the SolarWest investing the large projects such as installation of rooftop solar PV system. This has affected some ratio to increase such as debt to equity ratio, debt to asset ratio, and etc. For intrinsic value, SolarWest is undervalued and good potential for investment, as the current price is 1 ringgit 26 cents, which is lower than the price of valuation in the year of 2024, 1 ringgit 31 cents, and the year of 2025, 1 ringgit and 42 cents. For technical analysis, MACD line is intersect with the signal line in May 16, which means that this is the time to buy the stock and the stock price will increase after that. From May to June, MACD line crossed above the signal line and the histogram bar mostly positive, which above the zero line. It shows that it is a bullish signal. The above scenario demonstrate a potential buy opportunity to investors. On the RSI chart, RSI value above 70 when between toward the end of the June indicates that the stock is overbought, which later drives the price stock to fall. It is suggesting the investor be ready to sell the stock because the price might be changed in trend and potential reversal. For moving average, the 50-day moving average is consistently higher than 200-day moving average. According to moving average indicator, this indicates that SolarWest asset price has been growing with moderate velocity, which is a favorable sign of asset strength. For support and resistance, the price has experienced a flat formation breakout above 0.985 cents in 21 June and further increased until 1 ringgit and 70 cents in 30 June. For now, we expected the share price may advance to target next resistance at 1 ringgit and 70 cents to 1 ringgit and 20 cents, with a long-term target and 1 ringgit 25 cents. Support is at 1 ringgit and 70 cents and the cut loss is located at 1 ringgit 14 cents.
Hi, my name is Roberta Safia binti Abdul Rashid. My metric number is 28899. I will explain industrial analysis, fundamental analysis, and technical analysis for company Padini Holdings Berhad. I will explain industrial analysis of Padini Holdings Berhad. The first part is growth circle. In startup phase, Padini was established in 1971 and one of the first company in Malaysia that entered the garment industry. In 1975, the company established its first brand, Padini, and entered the retail market. In growth phase, Padini expanded its brand portfolio to include a wider range of brands, such as Wincy, Seed, PDI, Brogers, and Padini Concept Store. Padini also opened stores in new markets such as Thailand, Brunei, and Indonesia. Furthermore, the company developed its own e-commerce website and has also worked with online marketplaces such as Lazada and Shopee. In growth phase, Padini has a strong brand portfolio and well-positioned in garment industry. In maturity phase, the Padini shows slow growth in garment industry due to a lot of product and services available and there is not a lot of new demand. Padini Holdings Berhad face crucial competition from other firms in the same sector such as H&M and Uniqlo. Net is strength of the company. Padini is one of the leading fashion retailers in Malaysia. Padini has a strong brand portfolio that covers a wide range of price point and target market. The company brands include Padini, Wincy, Seed, Mickey, Padini Authentics, PDI, P&Co, and Brands Outlet. Padini brands are known for their high quality and affordable price. It is beneficial for the company because people are willing to pay more in order to get a high standard of quality goods. Next, Padini wide distribution network includes over 400 outlets in Malaysia and other South Asian nations. With plenty of retail outlets, competitors are unable to easily impact the Padini sales. The last one is strong marketing and promotion activity. Padini reached out to its target customer through a range of methods, including print and digital advertising, social media, and public relations. It increased the company's ability to attract a large number of customers. Next is fundamental analysis. There are 5 ratios which are liquidity, activity, leverage, profitability, and market ratio. For the liquidity ratio, most of the ratio has increased in 2020-2021 and decreased in 2022 due to the impact of the COVID-19. Meanwhile, for the activity ratio, leverage ratio, and profitability ratio and market ratio mostly illustrate decline in 2020 until 2021 and start to increase in the next year. Next is intrinsic value. As you can see from the intrinsic value, it indicates that the current price is higher compared than price. It shows that the Padini stock is undervalued and good potential for investment. The last part is technical analysis. There are 4 technical analysis tools which are MACD, Relative Strength Index, Moving Average, and Support and Resistance. For MACD, on 2 March until 27 March, the MACD line falls below the signal line. It indicates bearish signal and it's the right time to sell. On 28 March until 11 April, the MACD line showed a rise and went upward trend. It showed bullish signal and the price of the stock likely to experience outward momentum. On 10 June until 13 July, the MACD line crossed above the signal line continuously, illustrating an upward trend. For the Relative Strength Index, Padini Holdings Berhad Relative Strength Index ranged from 30% to 70%. On 27 February to 28 February, the RSI above 70%. It shows the stock is overbought and generates sell signal. For the next day, the RSI started to fall below 70% until 30 May 2023 and touched the oversold point. It indicates there is oversold. At the beginning of the June until 13 July of 2023, the RSI went upward continuously between the range of 30% to 70%. For the moving average, the orange line represents short-term MA, meanwhile the blue line represents long-term MA. At the beginning of the February until 10 June, both short-term MA and long-term MA illustrate upward movement. On 10 June until 25 July, both short-term MA and long-term MA going downward trend. The last one is support and resistance on 20 April. Paddy Holdings Berhad has the highest resistance at the value RM4.18. Paddy Holdings Berhad illustrate a decline in price until 30 May, which is from RM4.18 to RM3.6. It indicates demand exceeds the supply and stop the price from falling.
The portfolio trading is given virtual fund with 100,000 for 20 trading days. There are a total of 5 companies we invested throughout the 20-day horizon. After performing all the transactions on the past 20 days, the total remaining fund after clearing all the shares are 103,094 ringgit, which take profit in 3,094 ringgit.
As for conclusion, investment decision is not an easy task to do. That's why investment analysis are important to investors to minimize the risk. Investment analysis does not compute one fundamental element but also include technical analysis which can elevate some of the uncertainty with the combination of other analysis, in which it can tell the investor how the stock will move and possibility of the stock trend in the future. Investor must continuously analyze risk, evaluate the market trend, and experience likely in order to build a portfolio of investment options. Thank you.